It's the beginning of November here in Osaka, and we've begun preparations for the Taikan-ten or Grand View Bonsai exhibition, which is set to be held in Kyoto at the end of this month. Now, from the beginning of October through the beginning of this month, we've had several customers bring trees to kouka-en nursery to advise and to have worked on by the staff here. Now, a lot of the trees come in relatively well prepared. For example, this juniper, which we'll be working on in this episode today, is already well done. However, it needs a few tweaks, and what we're going to do is prepare this tree for the actual exhibition by cleaning up the lines of the base here, thinning out some of the tree, cleaning up the pot, cleaning up the soil surface, and making an overall better presentation for the plant for the actual exhibition. The first step in refining this juniper was to remove any foliage hanging below the bottom line of each individual pad. Larger branches were removed with scissors, while the remaining smaller foliage was pinched by hand. The next step in the process was to thin the foliage. When thinning juniper foliage, do not cut through it like this. Rather, look for thicker areas and cut back to the semi-woody part with scissors. Many of the branches drooped and needed to be raised by wiring. Some of these branches were wrapped with wire, while others were lifted or dropped with the aid of guy wires. The Taikan-ten exhibition, held each year in November at Miyako Meisei Hall in Kyoto, is Japan's second largest bonsai event after the Kokufu-ten National Exhibition. The Grand View show features some of the country's best amateur and professional bonsai, many of which are shown in full autumn color. Although many of the trees featured in the Taikan-ten are grown and maintained by amateurs, all exhibited bonsai must first be brought to professional nurseries for evaluation and preparation, a process that usually begins in late September and continues through early November. Mr. Mizushima, a Kyoto resident, expressed interest in composing a shohin display for the event and brought his material to kouka-en for evaluation. Because shohin bonsai display creation is so complicated, it is necessary to have a large variety of stands and plant material from which to choose. Mr. Mizushima brought a large portion of his collection to the nursery to ensure that the best possible presentation could be created. Mr. Mizushima, Mr. Fujikawa, and the staff of kouka-en set about mixing, matching, and debating the possible combinations.
梅もどきあこは
あるある。
うん
梅もどきもともとここ置いてたんですよ。
下の方がええかな。
これ足元きついと思いますね。
ちょっと強いね。
もともとこれぐらいから
これでええんか。
こいつかこいつかもともとこれで思ってたんちゃ
でもヒノキそれでいいよね。
う。背低い境なんか重ねしてやろうかなと思ってこんなん作ってたんちゃう。
For more information about the Taikan-ten exhibition, visit BurvalaBonsaiStudio.com.